Well, hey crafty friends, it's Hiedi Scott with DiyDreaming, and on this video tutorial we are going to make an absolutely adorable pillow wrap to go on a pillow that will sit on our fireplace hearth for the early part of summer. It's going to have starfish and, which way does this go, sand dollars on it, and it's going to go with this. This was a pillow that I made, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. It's canvas duck, lots of buttons, and it's stuffed. So that is the plan of what I am going to be showing you. It should be really good. As you're hopping on, say hello, let me know where you're watching from. Feel free to sprinkle all that good stuff. Okay, what is a pillow wrap? Let's start there. A pillow wrap is something that you wrap around the tummy of a pillow, and the great thing about these is that they are super easy to change. This is a Magnolia 18 by 18 pillow cover. They come a set of two. They're awesome. This is the Magnolia pillow wrap that fits this size. They are awesome too. So they're super easy to change. They don't take up a ton of space to store. And I believe these come a pack of 2. Yep, pillow wraps, a 2-pack. And they're super affordable and really nice. They have this Velcro on the back. And they're a great color. Okay, so this is what we're going to be doing, is this. And we're going to use some canvas duck, which I've jumped ahead a few steps, and I'll explain all those for you. We're going to use some canvas duck. I just purchased this at Hobby Lobby. It's the thickest canvas duck that they had. And I purchased it when it was one of the days where they had their 30 or 40% off fabric sale. But what I wanted to mention to you guys before we jump in there is that you guys could do a whole entire theme of beach. Starfish and sand dollars and whatever else you might like. Magnolia has a great table runner that is 12 inches wide by 72 inches long, which is 6 feet. This is what their lumbar pillows look like, and these are 14 by, I don't remember, 18? No, 14 by 24 or something. They're great. And then these are the pillow covers. Okay, so they have lots of great crafting essentials that you can start on, but we're going to do this. Okay, so before I came live this morning, I took this awesome stencil, which is my collaboration. It's called Lighthouse of Truth. It's 2 pieces. It's my collaboration with Magnolia this year. And these are the words to the song, Oceans. You call me out upon the waters, the great unknown where feet may fail. And there I find you in the mystery. In oceans deep, my faith will stand. You probably are familiar with that song. I absolutely love it. And this is the second piece to it, which we won't be using today, but this is pretty awesome too. So what I did was I took my stencil and I tore a piece of canvas so it would be all ready to go. Put my stencil on here, and I used some of this glittering white ink from Magnolia and a squeegee, and I stenciled it. I did the other side. Okay, I wanted to show you all these steps. Then I used my iron set on cotton, no steam. And this is what it looks like. See, it's very subtle. This is the right side up. And I heat set this. This is parchment paper, just to protect my iron. And I just kind of did circles for 3 or 4 minutes. I do not intend to ever wash this pillow wrap. But in case somebody would sit down with a jacket that was slightly damp or something, I just want to make sure that this ink on here is staying put. And that is how you heat set ink on fabric. You let it dry, and then you heat set it with an iron or a heat press if you have that. 3 or 4 minutes. I use cotton setting, no steam. And then it is permanent by golly. Okay, let me move this out of the way. So that is what I have been doing. Now the next thing is our shapes. And I just kind of Googled starfish. One thing I noticed as I was looking is that usually they have one leg or arm that is longer. They're not perfectly uniform or symmetrical. So this is my pattern, and I do want to put it on so it is going to face the right direction. Okay, so I'm just going to cut that out. And then I also Googled sand dollars, and here's what I found. They are usually a circle shape, but like a wonky, wobbly circle. And they typically have these designs, 2 on each side, and then one that is almost through the bottom. And I'm going to actually show you how to do this. So I cut out several different sizes. I already have my starfish done, so let's put that away and let's do this. Okay, and in my opinion, up is this side. So it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, but I'm going to pin this on. And I'm going to cut it out, and then I'm going to show you how I did the little holes, which hopefully I have a pencil. Yes, I do. Okay, so on my fabric, I'm just going to draw a line. Where those are. We'll quickly cut it out. This is, you can see this is so easy. Okay, so if you don't have this stencil, you should get it, because I'm planning to do a lot with it this summer. And it's, I mean, it's, if you ask me, it's a summer design, but it's also a faith design, and it's awesome. I love it. But anyways, if you don't have the stencil, you can either do these just plain, or you could add buttons, and I'll show you an example of buttons in just a second. Okay, so here is my sand dollar, and then I just folded my fabric where those lines were and just cut out like a skinny almond. And I don't have a pattern, I'm sorry. Just look online, and I just typed starfish pattern, and then I didn't get anything that I could print, but I could kind of sketch it looking at the pictures that I found online. This one right here. Easy. And you could lay buttons on here. Now you know that that is a sand dollar, right? I think so. Okay. And I will hang on to this because we'll make possibly a bowl filler. We might cut out some more of these shapes and put them on a lumber pillow. We might put them on a table runner. At some point, I don't know when, Magnolia will be coming out with placemats. So they'd be beautiful on some of these shapes on a placemat too. Okay, so now that I have my selections of seashell, of sand dollars, and starfish, we're going to play with our pillow wrap. But before I do that, I just wanted to show you what I was doing with buttons. Before, which I love this, I would totally love this on a pillow wrap. It would be beautiful. And you could combine it with some plain ones. But I think I'm going to just do these stenciled ones for today. And if it looks like it needs buttons afterwards, I will come back and put buttons on. But that was easy. I used just plain old hot glue. And you can see what the design was. The design was 5 little buttons in the center, and then I just went down each arm of the starfish. Okay. All right, so let me get my pillow wrap out, and we're gonna stuff these, but let's start by kind of placing them. And I do want my words to be right side up. And the question is, what do I want to have be the center focus of this whole thing? Let's see, which direction does this have the writing? I think I'm going to end up doing something like this. And then I may come back and plunk some more things on here. Let's see. I like this one better. Okay, until we start gluing, let me just roughly pin these on, and then we'll open up our pillow wrap. What do you guys think so far? Do with this or this, if you think this is a good idea, if you like it. I do. And I will, of course, get pictures to show you. Might have room to do one more, either small starfish or small something up here. Well, let's just go with what we've got so far. I am using my low temperature hot gluing device. Let's start with our starfish. We're going to leave a little spot where we can very lightly stuff it. So let's leave the top open, and let me start at the bottom of his little legs. You're going to have frays, which I think are fine. Okay, I'm using my polyfill from Walmart. It's Crafter's Choice. It's dry polyester packing fiber fill. And the one I like the best says it's ideal for doll making, because it's kind of stiff. That's the one I like the best. Let's just throw a little teeny bit. of polyfill in these legs. Let me get something that will work to cram it in there. Let's see. This will work. I don't want it super full, but maybe if you make one of these, you do. It's totally personal preference. Okay, I want to have a little vote here, even if you're watching on replay later. Tell me what you think, because this is kind of what I was thinking. What if I just scattered a bunch of buttons on the pillow wrap, kind of around the design? You know me, I love my buttons. I can't imagine making a craft project without any buttons. Alright, so let's just rock it on. Get our little starfish here stuffed just a little bit. Okay, so here you can get the idea. How it is going to look. And I think it's going to go great with this. What do you guys think? Even with no buttons, it has this glittering white ink over the stencil design. I think that's what it's called. Glittering white permanent ink that is a little bit iridescent, and yeah, I think it's gonna be fabulous. Okay, so let me just do one side of this starfish, and then we'll move on to the little sand dollars. Kind of thinking about doing a DIY banner for the fireplace that would have this kind of theme. It might not have sand dollars because I don't want everything to be too matchy, you know, but I would use this same canvas duck. So I don't know, what do you guys think about that? Right now I have an old banner that I made, which I love, that is flowers. Oh, that is cute. So let's just glue this closed. I'll come back and trim up the little phrase. Hi, Carolyn Wilson. Hey, Debbie Burrows Walker. Hi, Sandra Neely, Feedley Pollock. And I saw Bonnie Ford. I see Pamela Hollidan, Joy Solis, Frances Downs. I see lots of my friends on. Okay, let's do this one next. And we'll start here at the bottom. And I don't think I'm gonna stuff these ones because they have these holes, and I think that would be difficult to keep the batting from coming out of the holes. Just what I think. I know I will get questions, so let me answer the most common question in advance. And that is this fabric hot glue that I'm using? The answer is no. Why not? This is just regular Surebonder hot glue mini sticks, and I'm using my low temperature because I'm done ever getting a hot glue burn. You don't need to use fabric glue unless you are for sure going to be washing something like a t-shirt, because the fabric glue will stand up to washing, but it's more expensive. And this project, if it ever got washed, the canvas stuck because it's not hemmed or anything, it would totally fray and fall apart. So it might be spot cleaned with a rag and some water, but it will never go in the washing machine or be washed. So there's no point, in my opinion, in using the more expensive hot glue. And there's the answer to that question, which I do get all the time. People assume that just because this is fabric, let's see, that it might need to have fabric glue. Maybe I'll put another one here. Let's see. I don't know. I will come back and decide that, but let's go ahead and glue this one down. When I was cutting my starfish and sand dollars out, I was mindful to the writing, although it's very, it's hard to see. It's not super duper prominent, but I was paying attention that I wasn't putting it on upside down. And with the starfish, or the sand dollars, how I visualize them is the holes are on the bottom. So there we go. Here is my pillow. This is a magnolia pillow, and I routinely change my pillow wrap on this one. This is the one that sits on the fireplace. And it's got a lot of glue strings, and it's kind of subtle. But what do you think if it was sitting in the same room as this one? Let's have a little vote here and tell me, you guys, if you think I should I kind of think I should scatter little groups of 2 and 3 small buttons in the empty space on the pillow wrap front. And I'll scooch it over so this isn't so far to the side. But what do you guys think about that? Should I not? Do it this or this? It's a heart. If you liked this project, I will be doing other things using this beautiful design. It is seriously fabulous, and I have a piece of fabric and some more of these little shapes already cut out and everything. So table runners, easy. Homemade banners, that may be the next thing we do. I'll show you how to create the little flags and everything. Homemade banners, lumber pillows, yeah. I mean, you could do, what else do I have there? Pillow wraps, pillows, lumber pillows, table runners. You could do tote bags. I just love the look of this. And because I used white, glittering white ink, it doesn't stand out super strong. It's kind of subtle, but it gives it some interest. So, are the buttons a yes or a no? What do you guys think? I'm not seeing anyone telling me what their opinion is just yet. Yes buttons or no buttons. You know I probably will add buttons. Okay guys, let me know if you would like a link to my supply list and to all these different fabric surfaces that I've shown you. Let me know if you have any questions about anything. Feel free to sprinkle. If you have not already liked and followed my page and turned on your notifications, that's the most important part. You should be able to do that up here somewhere if you're watching on Facebook. And if you're watching on YouTube, I would love it if you would like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Alrighty, have a blessed and wonderful rest of your day. And I will see you guys later.